Live from WYLN Hazleton, this is WYLN's late edition News at 10 with meteorologist Joe Garbacek, sports with Beth Mensinger, anchors Lisa Sugar and L.A. Tyrone. News, weather, sports, features, and more. You're watching WYLN's late edition News at 10.
Good evening and welcome to WYLN's late edition for Wednesday, May 8th, 2013. I'm Lisa Sugart. Tonight you're invited to take a challenge that could save a life. Tonight the details on a free event but a demonstration right here in our studio. And it was not one but 11 beautiful ladies who have reached a major milestone. We'll take you to a special ceremony that recognized their contributions to their church. In sports, the Penn State Coaches Caravan was in our area tonight. Beth Mensinger is here with all the details. And meteorologist Joe Garbacek tells us if we should keep that umbrella handy. But first, late edition's look at tonight's top stories. Today was day 2 of the trial of Angelina de Abreu. Our Gary Perna was once again in the courtroom and recaps today's testimony.
Day 2 of the trial of Angelina de Abreu. Today, prosecutors called her son Elijah Yusuf back to the stand after questions arose of possible witness tampering during yesterday's break in the trial. When Elijah took the stand, prosecutors asked him if he had seen his grandmother, his grandfather, and his baby brother during the break. He said yes. They asked him if this was the first time he had seen his grandparents and his baby brother. He said it was the first time he'd seen his grandfather and his baby brother since the incident on April 5th, but it was the second time he'd seen his grandmother. Prosecutors called Elijah back to the stand because they'd felt that the answers that he were giving were inconsistent and were confusing. Prosecutors asked Elijah if he had discussed the trial with his grandparents during that break. He replied no. They asked him if he was confused by the questions. He said yes. Prosecutors asked if the meeting with his grandparents and baby brother affected him, and he replied yes, it made me more emotional. Friends and neighbors of Angelina de Abreu took the stand as well. Her friend Tanya Wild said she was texting de Abreu the night of the incident happened. During the conversation on the phone, de Abreu told her to call her neighbor and tell them to get rid of the gun that was thrown in their backyards. She said she did. De Abreu told Tanya to delete the messages because she was worried that the police would find them. Prosecutors then called Stephanie Curry, who lived next door, followed by her father, Pat Curry. Both testified they saw what was going on the night of the incident. Pat Curry testified that he saw the gun wrapped in a towel thrown in his backyard. He told the court that he did not touch it. He went back in his house, but he did not call 911 to report that the gun was in his yard. Prosecutors called a detective from the Wilkes-Barre Police Department who was handling the case to give his testimony about what happened that night. During his testimony, he told the court that the police department had obtained 2 search warrants to search the home. They found blood on the bottom step and on the wall coming down the steps. The detective said they also used a metal detector in the home because they did not find a bullet in the autopsy of Tyler Winstead. Police did find a bullet sitting on a ledge near the floor at the bottom of the steps. The prosecution is expected to continue calling witnesses tomorrow in the case. No word yet when the defense will take over. In Wilkes-Barre, for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary. In other news tonight, an ordinance imposing the real estate tax, earned income tax, per capita tax, and resident tax was passed tonight by Hazleton City Council by a vote of 3-2. Council members Jack Mundy and Jean Mope voted no. The ordinance was previously tabled pending Solicitor Chris Slusser's approval. Now the changes have been made from 0.5% to 0.35% received by residents and 0.85% for non-residents. Council was able to vote on it.
Yeah, taxing ordinance, which finally is in place, has been the same as it was, 1.35%. So that hasn't changed. Non-residents has changed a little bit. But they're only paying, again, each resident, non-resident, still paying 0.35%. So that has not changed. It's just a lot of the language. We had an attorney here looking over some of the things and said we're the most unique city in the entire state. With Act 50 and Act 205 being a distressed pension plan, it is a nightmare in order to make this work. And so that's what took so long to get it organized. And we can't even enforce it till July, I believe.
Also tonight, Council President Jim Perry said salary reductions were made in City Hall with the changing of those in administrative positions.
I think we're always looking, if you wanted to get somebody who was in that position in another city, you're going to have to pay double or triple that amount if you want them to be a grant writer included in that. But I think we have capable people here. I think the previous community development director learned the same way and the same process, and I think we have many ways that they can work collaboratively with each other there, and also the consultants agree. And I think it's just a no-brainer just to let's move this process along. And besides, the mayor could then enact his executive order and make them an acting person because they need to have somebody in that place. So, spending a lot of time on kinds of things, but yet we're trying to save money, but yet some people want to spend money. I don't know where their position lies.
City Council will meet again Wednesday, May 22nd at 5:30 p.m. There was another bomb threat at Crestwood High School in Mountaintop today. Just as last time, district officials say it was a written threat. But this time they were less precise with information, saying only it was found somewhere on school campus. Officials also declined live comment and simply issued a printed statement. It read, the district called police and bomb-sniffing dogs. The statement added, quote, the exact details of the threat are in law enforcement's hands. The building was searched. Nothing was found. School was out for about an hour. And there was a bomb scare at Pine Grove Area High School today as well. It was found written on a stall in a girl's bathroom. The building was searched. Nothing was found. 2 college students were robbed in downtown Wilkes-Barre last night. The first one happened around 10 o'clock near the Corrigan Library on Jackson Street. The 21-year-old victim reported a group of teens, possibly around middle school age, robbed him, according to police, after he was first asked to lend one of them his cell phone. About a half hour later, a Wilkes student from Easton, Maryland, reported he'd been walking on West Northampton Street when a man approached him and asked to use his cell phone. The victim declined, offering to take him to a phone on campus. The assailant then pulled a gun and aimed it at the victim. The robber also demanded cash from the student. The victim was then hit from behind by someone else. A third person pulled the student's backpack away from him and knocked him to the ground, where a group of people then punched and kicked him. We have another case of a dog bite. This time the victim is a little boy, not another dog. But mercifully, this isn't as bad as the other one this week. This is Tyler Zubik. He's 5 years old. This past Sunday, he was bitten by a Rottweiler during the car show at Beach Mountain Lakes in Butler Township. Stephen Zubik is Tyler's father.
My son was playing on the beach, and there was a younger couple who had a Rottweiler. And at some point, he passed the dog within playing, and the dog struck him in the arm. We're not sure why. It didn't seem to be an aggressive attack of any time or anything, but he did grab him. He broke the skin. To me, it was just kind of like a superficial incident. We didn't think too much of it. The man assured me the dog had shots and all. I should have gotten name and information. I really didn't. We followed up with our doctor, who then says, hey, if we don't know what kind of animal bit him, or we don't have the information, he's going to have to be rabies vaccinated.
And he'd rather not put his son through that, so he's asking for help and identification.
I'm just hoping if somebody knows something, or all I really want to gain from it is if I can get the information and the paperwork of the dog actually having its shots and verification, just so I can end this and do what I need to do and get that paperwork to the right people is all I want to get. So anybody can help me, that would be wonderful.
As for Tyler, he says he's okay.
How are you, Tyler? You okay?
Yes.
Were you scared when the dog came at you?
Yeah.
Now, if you know the dog or the owner of the dog who bit Tyler in Beach Mountain at the car show Sunday afternoon, you are asked to call the Zubiks. Their number is 233-3655. Governor Tom Corbett will not face a primary challenge next year. The man considering a run has decided against it. Montgomery County Commissioner Bruce Castor was widely seen as being able to mount a stiff challenge in that race. On Facebook and Twitter, Castor posted his duties as county commissioner, private law practice, family responsibilities, keeping him busy enough. Castor started publicly considering a primary challenge for Corbett in December, citing 3 reasons: Corbett's role as Attorney General in the Sandusky investigation, his problems getting legislation through the General Assembly, and Corbett's inability to help his hand-picked candidate win Attorney General last year. Well, 7 candidates have applied for the open seat on the Wilkes-Barre Area School Board, and the board will meet at 6 p.m. Thursday to try to fill that seat. Those who have applied are Edward Kronowski, Plains Township, Patrick Conway, Plains Township, Richard Holodick, Wilkes-Barre, Barry Kresge Sr., Plains Township, James O'Meara, Wilkes-Barre, Al Smith, Plains Township, Sean Walker from Wilkes-Barre. O'Meara is running for a seat in this election, and the board has already said it does not want to pick a candidate. Conway is on the board of the Luzerne County Transit Authority. The seat is open after the board booted Dr. Robert Corcoran last month after he missed 2 consecutive monthly meetings. He moved to Germany at the beginning of the year. If the board cannot pick a replacement by May 23rd, the Luzerne County Court will. Luzerne County Election Director Marissa Crispel-Barber says polling places should be consolidated. She has been having a hard time finding a handicap-accessible polling place in Wilkes-Barre's 2nd and 3rd wards, and she says that's a good reason for further consolidation. Those 2 districts will continue voting at a church hall that is not handicap accessible. The county has 195,409 registered voters. The county reduced the number of polling places from 316 down to 189 3 years ago. The state Supreme Court has upheld the newest redistricting plan. The High Court's unanimous ruling today comes after it initially rejected a map drawn by a 5-member commission of lawmakers and a former judge. The map takes effect in next year's election. The court rejected the Legislative Reapportionment Commission's original plan in January of 2012, saying too many districts were gerrymandered and too many municipalities were split among districts. One of 3 brothers apparently involved in holding 3 young women against their will for a decade was charged with kidnapping and rape today. INN News' Mike Mickle has more.
Amanda Berry, Gina DeJesus, and Michelle Knight, all found safe more than a decade after being kidnapped. Held captive in a home just miles from where they were taken. Amanda Berry's screams were heard by a neighbor, and she called 911. Another phone call, later to her grandmother, shows the raw emotion of this miracle.
Hello?
Amanda.
Yeah, Grandma.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine.
I thought you were gone.
Nope, I'm here.
The last time they talked, Berry was just 16, and for the 3 families, years of searching, desperation, and heartache are over in an instant.
If you don't believe in miracles, I suggest you think again, because it does happen.
Now 3 brothers are behind bars facing kidnapping charges. 52-year-old Ariel Castro lived in the home where the women were held. Their family members are just as shocked by the news.
My family's main concern right now is with these 3 girls. We want these girls to know how sorry we are that this happened to them at the hands of someone that is a part of our family. And we want them to know that, you know, nothing changes with the rest of us. We ask that this community not judge an entire family based on one person's actions, that they not judge an entire race based on one person's actions.
Police say they never received tips regarding the women in the house, but neighbors are left to wonder how signs went unnoticed. A naked woman spotted in the backyard yelling. Suspect Ariel Castro seen with a little girl, Amanda's daughter. The FBI is investigating as the 3 women and their families begin to heal.
INN's Mike Mickle. Now, the other 2 men say they did not know that the girls were being held in that house. And finally tonight, in a high-profile case, Jodi Arias was found guilty of first-degree murder this afternoon in Arizona. She was accused of stabbing her boyfriend 27 times and shooting him. Court reconvenes tomorrow to pronounce sentence. She is facing the death penalty. And that is a look at tonight's top stories. Time now to get our first look at the forecast for the remainder of your work week. Meteorologist Joe Garbochik standing by in the Weather Center with our preview. Joe?
Thanks, Lisa. Well, we've had some showers, some thunderstorms throughout, especially the afternoon and evening hours. We'll have some more tonight and even into tomorrow. What about the rest of this week? I'll give you the 7-day forecast coming up.
The friendly people at Pantry Quick at the corner of Diamond Avenue and Seibert Streets in Hazleton for decades has been your first stop for lottery tickets, munchies, and soda. Now Pantry Quick is your first stop for 6-packs of your favorite beer. All the domestic name brands such as Budweiser, Coors Light, and Miller Lite, Landshark, and Yuengling. Pantry Quick also carries a large variety of imports and craft beers. Stop in today to Pantry Quick, now carrying all your favorite beers at the corner of Diamond Avenue and Seibert Streets in Hazleton.
Heritage Sure Save, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. Come see for yourself. They have the freshest selection of meats, cheese, and produce. Baked goods made fresh on premises. They have an in-store butcher who is happy to accommodate your special orders. Be sure to stop in and check out their unadvertised specials. You'll find them throughout the store. See their flyer for weekly specials. Heritage Sure Save, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. This week at Heritage, don't miss their huge 3-day bulk meat sale, Wednesday through Friday. Stock up and save.
Managing risk is more than just buying an insurance policy. At Dreyfus, our approach is different. We have 25 risk management professionals who have the tools and experience to help our clients avoid and survive unexpected events. We can help you with risk transfer, OSHA requirements, safe workplace, cybersecurity, and claims management. All of these go well beyond an insurance policy. We're also independent, so we can access dozens of insurance carriers like Grange Insurance, who can insure your auto, home, business, and life. Dreyfus Insurance since 1901 and Grange Insurance since 1935. We're committed to helping you manage risk.
When severe weather hits our area, the WILN Weather Center brings you precise weather information you need to plan your day. And now you can get the latest weather conditions online anytime at WILNTV.com. Utilizing the latest technology, meteorologist Joe Garbacic brings you the most accurate weather information available, including webcams to view current road conditions and detailed maps of our area. For a full detailed and accurate daily weather report, watch WILN Weather with Joe Garbacic weekdays at 5 and 10 and online anytime at WILNTV.com.
Well, we have some chilly air on the move across our region, especially for some of the overnight low temperatures. They're going to get here as we go into Sunday night and Monday night. As we go into next week, temperatures dropping into the 30s, the potential of some frost or even some freezing conditions, if you will, especially going into Monday night. We'll talk about those numbers in just a little bit. Right now we have some showers to deal with. We've had a couple of rumbles of thunder from time to time across parts of our area. Again, we're seeing some breaks out there from the showers and a couple of those thunderstorms around earlier. And again, this is going to be the weather pattern right through the next couple of days. We'll have to deal with showers and the possibility of a thunderstorm or two around again as we head into tomorrow. Some leftover showers heading into tonight and even a chance of some more scattered showers as we go into our Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday. 51 right now, our live Lehigh Tire conditions outside our television station in Hazleton. Humidity coming in at 100%. The pressure at 29.92 inches of mercury. Since the midnight hour, we've now picked up 75 hundredths of an inch of precipitation. Our Robert Stevens Face and Body Almanac page for the day, 63 and 55. The averages are 68 and 45, 90 and 30. The records still stand 5:53, 8:08, sunrise and sunset for the daytime hours of tomorrow. So over the past 24 hours, low temperatures actually weren't too bad. Generally, we bottomed off into the 50s, which is not too bad this time of year, and we managed to get up into the 60s with some locations near 70 degrees. Temperature-wise right now, 53 New Angola, 57 in Berwick, as well as Bloomsburg, Monoy City, and Danville. Satellite and radar, we have that stubborn area of low pressure, upper level low, just spinning and spinning and spinning and sticking around and going counterclockwise. That's why you see the movement like such on radar. And unfortunately, this is going to be the case over the next couple of days. Some of the time it won't be raining at all. Some of the time we'll see some sunshine out as well. Keep that in mind, but also keep the umbrella handy for the next couple of days, as you will be needing it from time to time. But again, at other times it won't be doing anything, and sometimes we'll have to deal with the sunshine. So upper 40s, lower 50s for tonight. Tomorrow we're up into the 60s. Some locations may be near 70 degrees. And then as we progress through our Friday, noontime hour temperatures generally up into the 60s. So this upper level low hangs out for another day heading into tomorrow. Some downpours from time to time. But temperature-wise won't be too bad the next few days. Again, 40s, lower 50s statewide tonight. Still a chance of a couple of showers around. And again, chance of a couple of showers or thunderstorms heading into tomorrow. Could be some sunshine as well. A lot of the time it will be dry, 60s to near 70 degrees. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire guys at the Division of Arc Electric. Here's what we can expect over the next few days. Mid to upper 60s for tomorrow, some more showers for Friday. Same holds true for Saturday, same holds true for Sunday. Then a front comes through. Notice how it drops those temperatures. Sunday night getting down to about 35, only 52 for a high on Monday, and then there's that potential of some frost and some freezing conditions right near the freezing point as we start going into Monday night of next week, and then it rebounds nicely back up into the 60s for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Our evening Pennsylvania lottery numbers, here's a look at them. Daily 550 to Big 4, 8546. Quinto number 72470 and a cash 5, 2720, 34 and 42. Lisa.
Thanks, Joe. Coming up, how you can lend a hand and save a life. Our special demonstration, plus all the details, next right here on Late Edition.
Welcome to Robert Stevens Face and Body, Hazelton's complete skincare center. Here, our licensed specialists will consult with you to discuss your skincare needs, rejuvenate you with our special facial treatments, and apply gentle, relaxing massages to melt your tension away, using all state-of-the-art technical treatments and superior skin products. So call today and let the transformation begin at Robert Stevens Face and Body, 788-7546.
WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the children's programming report is on file for public inspection at WYLN, 1057 East 10th Street, Hazleton, PA, during normal business hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday.
Hi, I'm Liz Tolan. I'd like to invite you to the first annual COPS event. It's taking place on September 21st right here at the Butler Township Community Center. This event, brought to you by WYLN 35 in Hazleton, the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance, and other area sponsors, will consist of a 5K run, 5K walk, kids fun run, open air concert, free cookout for the community, crafters, tricky trays, and so much more. Proceeds from this event will go to benefit 4 area police departments. When you call these men and the men and women they serve with, they're going to be there for you. Won't you take one day out of your busy schedule and be there for them?
All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. You'll meet Nancy Dawson, a lady who has been on both sides of the chiropractic table as a patient and as a person who worked in a chiropractic office. She'll tell you about her experiences, how she uses chiropractic care to keep her healthy. It's all coming up this week. Join us.
welcome back to Late Edition. Well, tonight we have a challenge for you, literally. We want to tell you about what is being called the Lend a Hand, Save a Life CPR Challenge, and here to tell you what it's all about and why it is so important are two of our dear friends from the American Patient Transport Systems, better known as APTS in Hazleton. Dennis Gantz, who is the Director of Marketing and Education for APTS, and to his immediate right is Wally Boyle, who is the Assistant Coordinator at APTS. Gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you for having us, Lisa.
Dennis, you're here for a very important reason. A very unique opportunity is presenting itself to people for this coming Tuesday at the Laurel Mall in Hazleton, a free event that you hope will literally save lives. So tell us what it's all about.
What it is, the program is entitled Lend a Hand, Save a Life. It's a CPR challenge that is in conjunction with the Department of Health, the American Heart Association, and the Heart Rescue Project. The goal of the program is to reach out to 250,000 citizens throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to educate them on what sudden cardiac arrest is and how they can help somebody with very simple hands-only CPR.
So now on Wednesday, when they get up to the mall for this event, it's not a major CPR class that will last several hours or several days. This is just a quick demonstration.
It's a very quick demonstration. There will be no certifications issued during this. It's more education and instruction on how anybody, you, I, when we're walking around and we witness someone have a sudden cardiac arrest event right in front of them and they go down, how they can help. And that's the key. It's a very simple process. It's 3 steps. It's activate the 911 emergency center to get EMS to your scene as fast as possible. Go to the person, see if they can if they're responding to you, and if not, call for an AED. A lot of the malls and schools in the area have AEDs. If there's an AED around, say an automated external defibrillator, which is what we utilize on the ambulances. The hospitals have defibrillators in the emergency rooms on their crash carts. It will help correct a rhythm that is able to be corrected. Most of the times it's VTAC, VFib, and if that's usually what's happening during this sudden cardiac arrest event. So, and they activate the AED and then they start hands-only CPR, and that's what we're going to be teaching them how to do.
Alrighty. And Wally, because you run with APTS in the ambulance net, how crucial is it that people know this? How often do you come across a scene like this, but people don't know what to do?
You find it quite often, and people are reluctant to do anything, and this is a program to show people that they can actually help somebody and make a difference. I mean, you've seen a lot of things where we've opened heart vessels in 70 minutes or less, and this is just another step to help better the health care in the Hazleton area.
Well, we're actually going to show you a quick demonstration of what you'll be learning at the mall this coming Tuesday. So, Wally, I'm going to let you get into place and do what you're going to do. And, Dennis, you're going to talk us through what he's going to be doing?
Right. It's like I said, it's a 3-step process. So what we're going to do is, Wally was walking through the area. He saw this person go down, so he's going to go right over to this person.
Annie, are you okay?
Okay, the person doesn't respond, so his first response is going to be...
Someone call 911.
Okay, I got that. I'll call 911. 911's activated. He's checking for a pulse using 2 fingers on the neck carotid artery on his side. There is no pulse, so immediately he's going to have to start hands-only CPR. And when he's doing that, he's going to say, call for the AED, right?
Someone get an AED.
Okay, I'll get the AED. And he's going to start the compressions. When you do CPR compressions, you want to press hard and fast for at least a minute straight, okay?
Oh, really?
When you're doing CPR compressions, you want to compress the chest at least 2 inches. One of the things that we teach people during the program is think of the song Staying Alive. Remember the John Travolta disco days? If you can do CPR to that beat in your head, that's as fast as you should be doing CPR.
So continuously, because before you would do so many and then you would have to blow into them out.
The normal ratio is 30 compressions to 2 breaths. We're taking the breaths out and just continuing to do that. When the AED arrives, I have the AED. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to place, the AED has 2 patches, one over the right side of the chest and one over the lower left part of the rib cage. We would put the AED patches in place. And then what you would do is turn it on, and the AED pumps you on everything that you're supposed to do.
Wow.
Okay, and you listen to it, and it'll eventually tell you to shock. When you're going to shock somebody, you want to make sure that you're not touching the patient, because if you do press the button and you're touching the patient, you'll end up with 2 patients. You'll hurt yourself. When you hear that loud beep and it starts flashing, you press shock, It'll deliver the shock, and then it will tell you what to do next. And it's telling Wally to continue with CPR. It did not find a correction in what was wrong with the patient, so we're going to continue that. And hopefully by that time, APTS or whatever EMS service was dispatched will be there, and they can take over care.
Dennis, when is this happening now? On Tuesday?
This is happening on Tuesday, May 21st. It's going to be from 9 to 12 at the Laurel Mall. It's going to be in the FYE store space, which is right next to the cigar box on the JCPenney wing. And it's open to the public. There's no cost. It's free.
All right, so you don't have to register or anything like that?
No. Wally and I will be out there. We'll have mannequins set up. We'll have AED trainers there. We'll have a handout for each person that they'll give them some tips and some information on sudden cardiac arrest. And it'll take about 15 to 20 minutes out of your day to learn how you can help a loved one, a friend, someone you see that needs their care right away.
And finally, Wally, when you're out there, do you see people that they're afraid maybe to give mouth-to-mouth or they're afraid to step in? Is this going to make things a little easier for them, that they'll be willing to help?
This will help make things a lot easier. I mean, like you said, people have been afraid with the breaths, with the way that all of us when we were younger were taught, you know, the breaths and going back and forth between breaths and compressions.
And germs.
And germs and stuff. So now you're just doing the compressions. What they found is the oxygen stays in the blood longer, so breathing is not as important as keeping that blood circulation, and the longer you keep the compressions going, keeps up that pressure in the veins and helps get the oxygenated blood where it needs to go.
All right. Well, we hope a lot of people will come out and take advantage of this at the Laurel Mall on the 21st of May. And again, the time is?
9 a.m. to 12 noon.
All right, so come on out for free and get this vital, literally life-saving information. If anybody has questions, who should they call?
They can call us at APTS at 459-6622. They can ask for either myself or Wally. We'll be more than happy to help them out.
All right. Well, I think this is a great service that you're providing to the community, and I hope a lot of people take advantage of it, and hopefully it will save a life.
Okay.
All right. Dennis Gantz and Wally Boyle from APTS in Hazleton. We'll be back with sports right after this.
Weatherwood is a privately owned 200-bed nursing and rehabilitation center. Nestled within the quiet town of Weatherly, PA, we offer our residents and their families tranquil and scenic views from just about anywhere in the building. We are located within minutes of Hazleton General Hospital, as well as major metropolitan medical and trauma centers in the Lehigh Valley. Whispering Meadows is a 50-bed secured dementia unit within our facility. Whether you need short-term, long-term, or respite stay, call or stop by today for a tour.
I'm Kathy Dobash. I'm running for Luzerne County Council. I will not vote to raise taxes. I will demand the county manager lives within a budget. I will insist that our government employees share the cost of their health care. And I promise to work to improve transparency in county government by ensuring that members of council follow the Sunshine Law. Vote Kathy Dobash, Luzerne County Council. Together, let's make our county better.
What in the... Tom, it is 2 a.m.
You know, I just love this on-demand thing. Tons of extra choices, pause, rewind.
You are always here watching my on-demand. Why don't you just get rid of your dish and get digital cable yourself?
You know, I'd love to. But I still have 7 months left on my contract.
Service Electric Digital Cable with on-demand. The best TV in the neighborhood.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm smacking you with some snow.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's springtime in Pennsylvania. You know that means hockey, snow, shoveling.
You know what else that means?
No, what?
We're getting ready for the 5th series of Off the Beaten Path.
I actually did know that because we were doing a promo. It's a show that showcases interesting people, places, and things all across the great state of Pennsylvania.
Off the Beaten Path. New episodes coming soon, only on WYLN.
Well, there was not much going on outside on this rainy evening, but inside Genetti Manor in Dixon City was the 2013 Penn State Coaches Caravan. Upwards of 850 people turned out for the second annual event, and we talked to the stars of tonight's show, men's volleyball coach Mark Pavlik, whose squad is coming off a recent appearance in the NCAA National Semifinals, men's basketball coach Pat Chambers, and of course, head football coach Bill O'Brien.
Traveling with this group of coaches is
entertaining to say the least. And when you roll into places and you see so much blue and white and you see the support and the love that the nation has always shown, you're just enveloped by it. And it's refreshing to me, just coming off of our season and, you know, now trying to unwind, but you really realize that a lot of people are really interested in how you do what you do.
I've always heard about Scranton, and a lot of friends go to Scranton U, or University of Scranton. And, you know, Jerry McNamara went to Scranton, and I was a Villanova coach when he was at Syracuse, and he coaches there now. And then I talked to OB about, Bill O'Brien, about the Scranton atmosphere and what it was like, and he's like, you got to come next year. It was an amazing place to be. The passion, the pride that they have for Penn State is just truly second to none. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this trip this year. So that's why I wanted to be a part of Scranton.
While the coaches were taking pictures, signing autographs, and just talking with alumni, we had the chance to pull Coach O'Brien over to the side for a one-on-one interview. Last year was the first year for the Caravan and the first year with O'Brien at the helm of the football team. I asked if there was a difference between the two trips.
I think I'm a little bit more comfortable with my knowledge of the university. I know a lot of these people more now after 15 months of being here, and so I think there's more of a comfort level. But again, it's more about just thanking them and making sure they know how much we appreciate their help in the sport.
While O'Brien is out touring practically the entire East Coast, his assistants have been quite busy, making nearly 160 recruiting visits in less than 6 days.
It's going well. I mean, you never know until the guys sign on the dotted line in February, but I believe that there's a lot of interest in Penn State football because I believe we do things the right way here. We're going to play tough football, and we're going to go to class and get degrees, and that's important. And our guys are out there, our assistant coaches are out there really hitting the road hard, and I think they're going to get good results.
One of O'Brien's former players, last year's starting quarterback Matt McGloin, was on hand at the Caravan, and since the Scranton native has graduated and is looking to play in the NFL, that spot is for the taking, with the competition mainly between Tyler Ferguson and Christian Hackenberg, since sophomore Stephen Bench recently left.
I never want anybody to transfer, but that's what Steve chose to do, and we wish him the best. He was a great teammate, and hopefully it all works out for him. Right now we have Tyler Ferguson and Christian Hackenberg, and Christian hasn't even arrived on campus yet, so you'd have to say that Tyler's a little bit ahead of him with 15 practices under his belt and a lot of meetings. So it'll be an interesting competition during training camp, but you know, we're looking forward to working with those guys.
Current players on hand tonight included offensive lineman Eric Shrive from Scranton and wide receiver Eugene Lewis from Wyoming Valley West.
It's great when Eric Shrive and Geno Lewis can be here for us tonight because they'll witness the passion and energy of these fans, and this is really the heart of Nittany Nation right here is in Scranton, and it's great for our players to be here. I'll probably embarrass them a little bit and make them stand up and wave to the crowd, which is fantastic for these people to be able to see the players, because at the end of the day, the players are the most important thing.
With the NFL draft happening a few weeks ago, a number of O'Brien's seniors from last year have moved on to the next level, including Blue Mountain graduate Matt Stankavich, who went to O'Brien's former team, the New England Patriots. We asked if he had a hand in that placement.
I tried to help all those guys as much as I could. I've texted back and forth with Matt and Stephon Morris, who's also with the Patriots, and they had their rookie minicamp last week, and it seems like things went well, and I'm just happy that both those guys are with New England. I think that's obviously a great organization, and they're Patriot type of guys.
Earlier in the day, the Caravan was in New York City for a luncheon, but they did make time to swing by MetLife Stadium, the location of the first game of next season on August 31st between the Nittany Lions and Syracuse.
It's a fantastic stadium. I've been there before and coached against the Jets and the Giants in that stadium. They're putting in new turf, like you said, for the Super Bowl. So some new turf will go in there in June, and it's just going to be really exciting for our players, our fans, and really for college football. Anytime you have a rivalry like Penn State-Syracuse to start off the season, that's fantastic for everybody involved.
We will have much more on the Coach's Caravan tomorrow night on Late Edition, so make sure you tune in. National Sports is up in a few, but first, Lisa's back with your top story recaps.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office. or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
If you want the entire story, then you want WYLN's Late Edition. More than headlines, more than interviews, it's the whole story. In-depth discussions on hot topics and more. Plus, meteorologist Joe Garbacic gives you the area's most accurate weather report from the WYLN Weather Center. Get the whole story on WYLN's Late Edition. Weeknights at 10 on WYLN. We're your local network.
Recapping tonight's top story, today was day 2 of the trial of Angelina de Abreu. Gary Perner reports.
Day 2 of the trial of Angelina de Abreu. Today, prosecutors called her son Elijah Yusuf back to the stand after questions arose of possible witness tampering during yesterday's break in the trial. When Elijah took the stand, prosecutors asked him if he had seen his grandmother, his grandfather, and his baby brother during the break. He said yes. They asked him if this was the first time he had seen his grandparents and his baby brother. He said it was the first time he had seen his grandfather and his baby brother since the incident on April 5th, but it was the second time he had seen his grandmother. Prosecutors called Elijah back to the stand because they'd felt that the answers that he were giving were inconsistent and were confusing. Prosecutors asked Elijah if he had discussed the trial with his grandparents during that break. He replied no. They asked him if he was confused by the questions. He said yes. Prosecutors asked if the meeting with his grandparents and baby brother affected him, and he replied yes, it made me more emotional. Friends and neighbors of Angelina de Abreu took the stand as well. Her friend Tanya Wild said she was texting de Abreu the night of the incident happened. During the conversation on the phone, de Abreu told her to call her neighbor and tell them to get rid of the gun that was thrown in their backyards. She said she did. De Abreu told Tanya to delete the messages because she was worried that the police would find them. Prosecutors then called Stephanie Curry, who lived next door, followed by her father, Pat Curry. Both testified they saw what was going on the night of the incident. Pat Curry testified that he saw the gun wrapped in a towel thrown in his backyard. He told the court that he did not touch it. He went back in his house, but he did not call 911 to report that the gun was in his yard. Prosecutors called a detective from the Wilkes-Barre Police Department who was handling the case to give his testimony about what happened that night. During his testimony, he told the court that the police department had obtained 2 search warrants to search the home. They found blood on the bottom step and on the wall coming down the steps. The detective said they also used a metal detector in the home because they did not find a bullet in the autopsy of Tyler Winstead. Police did find the bullet sitting on a ledge near the floor at the bottom of the steps. The prosecution is expected to continue calling witnesses tomorrow in the case. No word yet when the defense will take over. In Wilkes-Barre for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary, and that's tonight's top story recap. When we come back, 11 special ladies recognized just in time for Mother's Day, and Beth is back in with the second half of sports.
And I got some more rain to talk about in our forecast. We'll talk about the 7-day forecast in just a few.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
Make your appointment today at Hair Studio 4247. Easy breezy summer cuts. Stop in today to Hair Studio 4247, where they're always styling.
Go hog wild for Iron Pigs Baseball. WILN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs Live, America's favorite pastime on your local network, WILN TV 35. See the Major League Stars of tomorrow at Coca-Cola Park. Don't miss any of the games here on WILN TV 35. Visit WILNTV.com for a complete Iron Pig schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WILN, your home for live sports. Bring your dog in to trim off that winter coat. Gift certificates available for Mother's Day. A great present for Mom and her best friend. Let your dog be a lazy dog.
Join us this week on Women Today. It's all about spring home improvement. Al from Humboldt Industrial Supply is going to tell you about tools that every woman should have in her toolbox. George Noss from Noss Landscaping is going to tell you how you can make your outdoor living area beautiful. We'll have a great hint from Chris. We'll tell you who won that bling. And we've got somebody very special who's been caught doing good. It's all coming up this week on Women Today. Join us.
Welcome back. Mother's Day is this Sunday, and last night a very special recognition dinner was held by One Hazelton Church at Genetti's in Hazel Township. Not many people can make the claim of being 90 years young, but these lovely ladies, all members of Most Precious Blood Church in Hazelton, were honored Tuesday evening at Genetti's in Hazel Township for being members of a very select group that was just that, 90 plus years young.
It is the annual Mother's Day dinner held at Most Precious Blood, and it's through the sponsorship of the Madonna del Monte Society. But this year, instead of just honoring a special mother or just all the mothers, we decided to honor all the women of the parish that are 90 years old and plus. And it's amazing. We have 11 women that are here this evening that are going to be honored.
Clemmy Yamona was the master of ceremonies for this very special event. She has known these wonderful women her entire life and told us she was extremely proud to recognize them as the spiritual mothers of the church. And their service and dedication was not only recognized locally, but by the state of Pennsylvania as well.
Representative Tara Toohill was so gracious that she's having a proclamation issued for each member tonight. So we are so pleased because these women are the bedrock of the Most Precious Blood Church. They have been presidents of the sodality. They have also been volunteering. They do everything.
The select group of ladies honored included Anna Greco, Mary Rubinet, Florence Sosar, Jessie Matrone, Marie Ferrari, Grace Fazio, Marie Yori, Teresa Valent, Grace Carr, Josephine Antonelli, and Lois Longazelle. The Reverend Louis Grippy, pastor of MPB Parish, took part in this very special celebration, which also included dinner, the special recognition ceremony, and plenty of congratulations from family and friends in attendance. While Most Precious Blood Church has been around for 100 plus years, these 11 women have been devout church members and have played a very instrumental role in leading and sharing their faith. They are surely an inspiration to us all. Congratulations. What a wonderful story, and thanks to Clemmy Yamona for bringing it to our attention. And we say to the ladies, congratulations and many more years. When we come back, Beth Mensinger is in with the second half of sports, and Joe has more on the forecast. Don't go anywhere.
The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated at 542 North Wyoming Street in Hazleton, serving the greater Hazleton area since 1890 and still family owned and operated, offers convenient parking, handicapped accessibility, seating for over 150 people, casket, cremation product showrooms to accommodate traditional, cremation, and pre-planned funerals. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated, 570-454-3341.
Carmen's Bakery has great cakes for Mom for Mother's Day. Show Mom you love her. Order yours today. Gift certificates are also available. Make it special. Make it Carmen's. Longing for the warm days of summer? Well, you can get your favorite taste of summer right now. Rita's on the Airport Road in Hazel Township is now open for the season. Check out their new ice flavors like chocolate chip cookie dough ice, plus all your favorites like gelati, mistos, blendinis, milkshakes, and new for spring, unlimited topping sundaes. Why choose just one when you can have them all for one low price? Rita's, now open. Stop in today.
Join us this week on Wellness Through Physical Therapy. We're going to talk about weight management, obesity, and we're going to tell you some things that you may not know about how your body works and how you can be on your way to better weight management. It's all coming up this week on Wellness Through Physical Therapy. Join us.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Enjoy the great outdoors at the Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range's Trap, Skeet, and Sporting Clays course. No waiting and no lines. First time shooting? Whitetail Preserve employs certified instructors to help you get the most out of your experience. Hungry? The restaurant at Whitetail has a great menu to satisfy and offers catering for all occasions. Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, approximately 13 miles west of Hazleton and just 1 hour from Allentown, Reading, and the Delaware Water Gap. 118 Boulevard Road, just off the Rockland Road near Rockland. 384-2314.
Off the beaten path and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed.
Looks like Doc Holliday will be going under the knife. In a press conference earlier today, Phillies pitcher Roy Halladay announced he will be having arthroscopic surgery on a bone spur in his right shoulder, which is his throwing arm. The surgery isn't scheduled yet, but Halladay said he is pretty confident that he can make a comeback this year. Right now, the approximate timetable is about 3 months. The two-time Cy Young winner is 2-4 in 7 starts with an ERA of 8.65. And taking Halladay's place in the rotation from the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, Tyler Cloyd. Cloyd started for a few times for Philadelphia last season, doing a pretty decent job, and this year his numbers are down a bit. In 35 innings over 6 starts with the Iron Pigs, he has a record of 1-3 and a 5.40 ERA. The right-hander is set to start for the Phils on Friday, facing the Arizona Diamondbacks. Last night in the second inning of the Blue Jays-Rays game, former Philly, now starting pitcher for Toronto, Jay Happ, got railed by a line drive off Desmond Jennings. The ball came flying back, hitting Happ square in the head, forcing him to be carted off the field on a stretcher. Today he was discharged from a Florida hospital. His injuries included a bruise and a cut on his left ear. In a statement, the left-hander said he is feeling better and is in good spirits. He thanked the baseball community for their support, and he said he couldn't wait to get back on the mound. Head coach of the Denver Nuggets, George Karl, has been named the NBA's Coach of the Year. Karl got 62 first-place votes in the race after leading Denver to a 57-win season, only losing 25 games. In Karl's 25 years in the league, it's the first time he's received the honor. His Nuggets were eliminated from the playoffs last Thursday after losing to the Golden State Warriors. Coming in second with 24 votes, it was Eric Spoelstra of the Miami Heat. After their loss to the Islanders last night, the Pittsburgh Pittsburgh Penguins made a lineup change for Game 5. Goaltender Marc-Andre Fleury will be out. Thomas Vaucan is in. The 28-year-old Fleury has struggled in the series against the Isles, 14 goals on 122 shots in 3 games, while Vaucan only appeared in the playoffs twice, most recently in 2007 with Nashville. In 4 games against the Islanders this year, he had 3 wins with a .90 goals against average and a .970 save percentage. And the Montreal Canadiens will go the balance of the playoffs without captain Brian Gionta. He tore his left bicep muscle and will undergo surgery on Friday. Gionta sat out games 2 and 4 of the first round against Ottawa, a first round that has not gone well for the Habs. The Senators lead the series 3-2. Now let's check out some scores. In the hunt for the Calder Cup playoffs, the Bears on the ice tonight facing the Bruins. They fall 3-2, and the Bruins will take on the Penguins. In the next round for the Stanley Cup playoffs, it's Boston 4-3 in overtime, Rangers over the Caps. Kings and Blues are tied at 1, and Detroit with a 1-0 lead in the first. Moving to the NBA playoffs, the Heat pummel the Bulls. The Warriors are up on the Spurs in the second. Checking out the minors in the Eastern League, Reading fell to Portland in 10. Harrisburg loses to Altoona, and Akron wins 4-2. In the International League, it's the Iron Pigs. They trail in the 8th inning. Rail Riders fall 2-0, and Norfolk wins over Buffalo. In the majors, Twins up 14-8 over the Red Sox in the 9th. Orioles and Indians both with wins earlier. The Rays win 10-4, and Houston up 2 runs on the Angels. In the National League, it's the Braves that win over the Reds. Mariners edge the Pirates 2-1, and the Cards win against the Cubs. The Padres win against the Marlins in 10. The Giants win 4-3 over the Phils, and the Tigers trail the Nationals in the 8th. White Sox win over the Mets. Texas is up 4-1, and the Yankees and Rockies are tied at 2 in the 7th, and it is scoreless in the 3rd inning. That one between the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers. Joe's back with your weather next.
Bottleneck Saloon and Eatery, now open on the Square in Wilkes-Barre. Stop by to see us for lunch to break up and brighten up your day. Or get it to go. Our lunch menu ranges from light to all right, with signature salads, saloon-style sandwiches, crunchy rings, Nipa's best wings, and draft drinks to power you through the afternoon. After work, we're there to help you unwind with friends. Put little bottlenecks in your day. Bottleneck Saloon and Eatery, now on the Square. See you there.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer, dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Hey, neighbor. Lousy weather, huh?
This is not a good time.
For it to be raining and my satellite dish to lose its signal? Man, I heard that. You mind if I watch your cable?
Look, my kid's having a sleepover.
Right. I'll just watch it on your bedroom set.
Service Electric Digital Cable with On Demand. The best TV in the neighborhood.
Well, we're sitting in at 51 outside our television station in Hazleton. Humidity at 100%, the pressure at 29.92 inches of mercury. And you can see the rainfall coming in since the midnight hour. We picked up 3/4 of an inch of rainfall since the midnight hour. And the wind's now averaging anywhere between 5 to as much as 10 miles per hour. Live 35 Skycast Doppler. Still some rain left over throughout the state of Pennsylvania. It's going to be the showery type of precipitation we're going to continue to see right through the next couple of days. 52 in Mount Pocono, 61 in Philly, 55 in Selinsgrove, 57 in State College. Hanging on in the upper 50s up in the Wyoming Valley area. Satellite and radar there, you can see that stubborn low, upper level low, spinning counterclockwise, really not wanting to go anywhere anytime soon. And as long as that's in place, that's going to give us some of the unsettled weather, and that will do so over the next couple of days. And then finally, a front will kick through as we go into our Sunday. It's going to drop temperatures in the 30s Sunday night, and then by Monday night, we could be looking at temperatures dropping down to near freezing But then we rebound nicely back up into the 60s for daytime highs. So again, temperature-wise, not bad next couple of days, despite the showers and a couple of thunderstorms. But much of the time, it will be dry. We'll keep the umbrella handy if you have to do anything outdoors. And we'll see some sunshine as well. And then the front comes through, bringing in some chillier air, especially for Monday. We're not going to get out of the 50s for daytime highs. And those overnight lows, 2 of the nights will be dropping in the 30s. There's a look at the extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys, a division of Arc Electric. 60s for tomorrow, 70s for Friday, 60s then for Sunday and Saturday. And then, well, there's Monday all alone.
Yikes. Hail in Freeland. Marty Burns and Danielle called in and told us that there was hail over there. And actually, I had a photo I was supposed to give to you, and I forgot.
Oops.
So thanks to them for sending in the photo. It was my fault that you didn't get it. So
You're forgiven.
apologize for that. You, I'm jealous of.
Pretty cool night.
Matt McGloin, Bill O'Brien. You're going to talk with Matt McGloin tomorrow.
Yep, we talked to Matt McGloin tonight about his trip to some NFL camps, and he's actually off tomorrow to another one. So
Wow, cool. All righty, tune in tomorrow night, Beth. We'll have much more. Good job tonight. That was a great package. See you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great night.
Helping your dollars go further every day. Stay here for fantastic bargains. This is Penny's Classifieds from WYLN TV 35.
570-735-7300.
Fundraising can be a rewarding experience for organizations, schools, clubs, or anyone looking to make some extra cash. Mia Bellas offers